All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Um we're getting right into it, guys. Honestly, right into it. So, I'm looking here to see where we're going this morning. And I love what I'm seeing so far. Love what I'm seeing so far. What's going on, Adrian? How you doing, brother? Market's just open, going kind of crazy right now. We invalidated this low, but we also swept the low as well. I see. I like NAS this morning. We're holding this 30-minute right here. All right, you can see we're getting that rejection. So it really depends on how this next candle really just closes for me. Looking for some 5-minute imbalances here. Kind of strong open this morning. Very strong open. So let me just put that right there. Strong open this morning. Yesterday's highs are all the way up here, right? So that's easy targets if we do get that push towards the upside. Yes, it's mitigating this demand zone right here. Just take out this S&T. We can take out this liquidity. Let's just make this a lot easier to look at. Make it a little bit more pretty. Yeah, we're mitigating this demand zone right here on ES. We already filled up all the imbalance. I could also say that we're filling imbalance here as well. 15-minute. Boom. Right here that we've already kind of closed by. But honestly, if I was to take something today, guys, it's most likely going to be NAS. Mainly reason is because we've swept the lows here already. We swept the Asian lows. We tapped into this imbalance down here on the 5-minute time frame, also a 15-minute time frame imbalance as well. It's just a huge area, but the 5-minute is the most, I would say. It is the smallest one you can see here, and also structure, right? Just delete this real quick. Boom. We'll just take out all of these past price action, right? Structure, right? We're still following structure. You can see we mitigated 1 hour here, push to the upside. Now we're coming back into structure, and I'm expecting all of these highs to get braided. We have Asian high sitting up here. We have yesterday's high sitting up here. Just a lot of liquidity. So if we do get that impulse towards the upside this morning, and we're starting to see that already, we're already mitigating off of a 30-minute here. So if this 5-minute decides to hold us this morning, get that 5-minute here. If that decides to hold us, we will take those buys towards the upside, either on NAS or ES, either one. US 30 is not the cleanest this morning. I could still see US 30 going lower and coming down here for the time being. All right, so I'm gonna let those do their thing. EU is taking off. GU is taking off. Unfortunately, we didn't make it down here into my 4-hour. We could possibly come back. The only way that I will edit this trade or look for another entry here is if we break these highs right here. All right, if we break these highs, we're gonna follow the exact same trade. Literally, it's giving the exact same just manipulation of Asian lows here. And this is why I tell you, like, for my London session traders, if you're able to get into London session and you're able to take London session trades, this is your market right here, right? GU should be your main market that you should be looking for. We're manipulating lows here, manipulating lows, right? You're seeing those just manipulations, pushes. So you even got an accumulation earlier this morning right here. Oh, There's that accumulation underneath. Here's that mitigation. So yeah, but if we do decide to come back lower and mitigate our area, that's where I'll be looking for my trade. I already have a limit order there. That's where I'm looking for my next trade. And it's basically just off of this 4-hour candle right here. That's why I'll be expecting that if that area fails, we'll be looking at this area still. This is still a valid area here. EU as well, we're looking at here today. I'm not taking anything from this area because we didn't sweep these lows. Have an impulsive move here on the we have an impulsive move here on the 4-hour, but those lows are just easy liquidity. I'm not going for it. I could possibly see a distribution here this morning. If we get this distribution here, and let's say we just go a little bit lower and we invalidate that distribution, I will take a buy from that area as well. So yeah, just being patient, guys. And this kind of offsets me a lot because remember, guys, it's like when I go to like the futures and I'm on NAS, I'm on XPX, and I'm on US30, you can see how aggressive I am. But when I'm on the pairs, you can see how just laid back and chill and just waiting for certain things. So it kind of fits, like it kind of, I would say it fits me. Basically, I have one point where it's like I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything because you see I'm day trading on another asset. So that kind of feeds that wanting to get into a trade for me. So when I get into the pairs here, I'm not really aggressive. I'm just chilling, waiting for my setups. I know it could look boring, but you have to be patient. You have to be patient when it comes to this. But that's pretty much really the main two things that I'm looking for here is EU and GU. Nothing else has really gave me anything I'm really confident in setting like a limit order. You can see AU is still kind of just sitting in this range right here, which I don't like. And then UCAT is actually going lower. We came down into that 4-hour imbalance that we're looking at, but we didn't get a sell opportunity into that imbalance here. We just kind of just fell down. Ugly fell down, right? 4-hour, we don't really have anything here. You can see every single imbalance is filled as we're going lower, unfortunately. USD Chef, I am looking for shorts on USD Chef now just because we invited that demand. Remember I told you guys we're looking to see if the market was going to react off of that demand zone. We didn't give a reaction. We just fell right through it. So I am looking for shorts here on UChef here, just trying to take this lower as well. We are technically, I would say technically trying to mitigate this, but I don't see us holding this long term. Okay. I'm looking for something like this to the downside, and we take this to the downside like that. All right. Let me keep a close watch on these guys. Yeah, before I miss a trade. All right, yeah, we're gonna get into NAS this morning. Probably very shortly. Yeah, literally like right now. Hold on, NAS, wait for me. No. No, 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 no. This is gonna be such a late entry. Such a late entry, but we are in let's see here. Where's our very late entry here on this. Yes. No. That's 30. No. Yeah, and that's gonna be the one. We're in, not where exactly where I want to be in, but we are in, unfortunately. Da. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna get the pip count and everything like that, guys, in a second. Hold on. I gotta see where this target is gonna be at. Okay. We're good. We're good. Our target lines up nicely with the highs. Hopefully, we do come up that far today. We can. I could see that happening. If we would have got a better entry, we definitely would have had like a way easier take profit. But I'm gonna show you guys where the take profit is at in a second. I literally left for 1 minute and the market is taking off. Let me finalize all of this real quick and then we'll go. All right, so we are in. Come on, where's it at? Try to make sure. Okay, here we go. All right, we're in. At this high. Okay, yeah, like I said, terrible entry, but we just had to get in. We're in at this high right here. Stop loss is at the low. It's like 300 points. Disgusting. And we're targeting all the way up here. Oop. So I have a lot of liquidity up here. So I definitely see the market actually making its way up here. Aggressive trade today because of the aggressive push by 9:30. That's simply why we took this aggressive trade. You guys can see here, after this candle closure, look how this candle closes. When I see, so after the imbalance right here is made off the 5-minute, and you can see that was confirmed this candle right here, this next candle, this 5-minute candle, as soon as this candle closes aggressive like this, I just take the entry because most of the time, or sometimes, I'm not going to say most of the time, sometimes the market will come lower and fill the imbalance. Sometimes the market would just take off and not fill the imbalance, right? In this case, this market is already bullish, so I am willing to take that aggressive trade to take this towards the upside, knowing that market could potentially not even want to come down here and fill this imbalance. Plus, we've already are reacting, if TradingView wants to cooperate, we're already reacting off of imbalance, right? That's another reason why I was able to just take this aggressive trade. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to be taking today. Hopefully we do get the push towards the upside and we just come up here and take out all this liquidity. Entry could have been better, but it is better, but it is what it is. And it's basically what's the pip difference here for a better entry? It would have been like a 42-point difference here, so it's all right that I would have taken the best possible entry. But it's all right. It's all right. We're in the trade. I wasn't able to take the trade on all the accounts, unfortunately, because now it's just kind of gone. If we do come back lower, I will execute on the rest of the accounts, but I just had to get in at least on something. ES is looking good too. We're not coming down for this fair value gap either, but we are inside of a nice demand zone right here, which is holding our last leg. Now, US 30, I don't know about this one. US 30 is not as clean today, so that's why I was even looking at US 30. All right. Always go with the cleanest one. So that's the trade for today. We'll see what happens. And let's get back to, hold on guys. Let me set my alerts real quick so I know when to go. Break even. That is disgusting. Let's just make it easy. All right. That's the day trade for the day. Now we're going to get into these pairs and see if we can catch an intraday trade here. So now my hunger for trading is already met. I'm already in a trade. Now let's see what we can get here on these. So like I said, GU, for those of you, GU is what I'm looking at. Hopefully we do get this bearish push that I'm currently seeing. Hopefully we do come lower. We did take out Asian highs and we get into this area here. EU, same thing. EU is a lot further. I won't lie to you. The area I'm looking to buy EU is a lot further. I'm not sure if we're going to make it down there. We could just, like I said today, we do have a distribution. This is nice. This is also a setup. What power firm do you trade for futures? Blue Guardian. I know there's like Apex and all of those, but I just trade with Blue Guardian and Funding Pips. Those are the two power firms that I use. Those are the ones that I trust. I don't use any like futures power firms because I don't like their rules. I don't like the way that they set their things up, so I don't use those. And then as far as my like personal brokers, I use Hanko and I use what's the other one called? I haven't used it in a while. I primarily use Hanko now. What's the other one called? Osprey FX. That's the two that I use. But Hanko is the primary one that I use as far as like personal broker. Do you trade London Session? Or I don't trade London Session. I wish I could trade London Session. I wish I can, but it'd just be too much. It'd be a toll on my sleep. It'd be a toll on, like, I'd have to switch my entire routine, and it's just not worth it. Like, my entire routine, like workout routine, day routine, like, I'd have to switch up everything because London Session is usually like what, 3 a.m. my time, and I'm supposed to be sleeping already by that time. So but if you can't trade London Session, definitely do. I would suggest it. It's a nice session to trade. But for today, EU, right? Like I said, this is the area where I have the limit order. It's a big stop loss. I know. It's just what I'm going to have to settle with. But we can get another trade today here. If we do continue pushing lower, I do not see this market making it all the way down here. We can, but the probability, I don't know, right? If it does make it, great. If it doesn't, then we're probably going to get something like this where we come down here, sweep Asian lows, and we push higher. If we get that tomorrow, once we break this high, I am going to take my next opportunity here. Understand this area here is still good, right? This area is still a valid limit order. Same thing on GU. Here, I have two areas. I have this area here and I have this area. Both of these areas are valid limit orders. So both these are valid to take, okay? Those are primarily the two pairs that I'm looking at this week. I mean, those are my favorite pairs, so I'm not mad. But everything else, like AU, hasn't confirmed the setup for me yet. We're still kind of just stuck inside of this, right? USD CAD, I like USD CAD. I like the fact that we made it to the 4-hour gap that we're talking about during the market analysis. We made it there. I'm not sure if you guys got any setups. Hopefully my scalpers or anyone, you know, that's on the lower time frames, hopefully you got a setup to the downside. Me personally, I didn't take anything here on USD CAD. We just kind of fell, right? You see, we didn't really get any major pullback here. This was an area I was looking at potentially taking a trade off of this here that just kind of swept these highs, but you see that we failed to create this break right here. That was the difference maker. That was a difference maker and why we didn't take that trade. Remember, one of our rules is we need a break of structure and we need a closure candle past it, right? So I like this impulsive move here, but if this high makes this low and then this high, we need to break this low. This is the external low. So that's why, especially when we're still inside of an accumulation, right? We still wanted to see this low broken. So to take a trade primarily before this low gets broken, we need to at least confirm this rule, right? It just wasn't, I wasn't going to take that aggressive trade right there. So it was just unfortunate, but you can see it kind of played out, but the rule didn't follow. I'm happy that I followed my trading plan instead of just, just going with my gut here. Always follow your trading plan. It doesn't matter what the market does. All right, but we're here in this 4-hour area. I think we can reject from here and get a pullback at least back into this area here. And that will determine whether we continue higher or whether we fall. Okay. And just based off what the market is looking like right now, we do have a lot of liquidity. Be careful with that. But market sentiment is just bearish. Okay. Market sentiment is bearish. I can see us come lower inside and just get into this area right here. So just be careful with that. And I would look for shorts on UCAD. UCHEF, I am looking for shorts on UCHEF here. I don't think we're going to react or get anything here. We're going to react, right? Of course, we're going to just, since this was the sweep, but I think we come up here, fill imbalance, continue lower. We have a 4-hour gap down here that I'm looking for the market to come into. And also this market is as well bearish. Okay. This looks like just a huge distribution. We have 1, we have 2, we have our third drive. Once we break this low right here, I can just take major aggressive sales and just continue taking this lower. As for today, what I'm looking for here is I love the fact that we got an accumulation down here. All right. Love this. Why do I love this? As soon as we invalidate this, I will look for shorts to the downside. So that's what I'll be looking for here on UCHEF. I'm actually going to move it up. Move it up a little bit, and I will put this here. Let's add an alert right there so we don't forget about it. Invalidated accumulation. The reason why, guys, just the background behind this, we have an accumulation. Accumulation is from Wyckoff. Accumulation means buyers are trying to get into this market. So if we see buyers get into this market and we have a push from buyers, if the market comes lower and, invalidates buyers, that means sellers are stronger. Okay. We can take sales from here because buyers got invalidated. All right. UJ has not given me the push I'm looking for, nor has it given me a sell setup yet. We've just been kind of just taking our way lower. We came back into this. This is just Asian price action here. We're going lower. Remember, guys, we're in bullish order flow. So right now we're in the extreme of bullish order flow. So I'm technically supposed to be looking for buys. All right. So I'm being cautious. We're not being aggressive with sales because we're in a bullish order flow. So we need to see actual good selling opportunities. We're not going to be aggressive. Now, if this market was not inside of this range, then we could be more aggressive. All right. But I'm just kind of just letting this market play itself out and waiting for that good selling opportunity or the good buying opportunity. And we haven't seen one of those yet. Gold. Remember yesterday I told you guys to gold right here, target this imbalance. We're here. All right. Now, what I can see here, I would love to see just a manipulation of these lows, hopefully just coming back into one of these areas, either this imbalance here or just this one right here. One of these two areas, most likely it would probably fill both of them. But I would expect a little rejection, just a sweep Asian lows, tap into one of these areas, and then you continue following that bullish push. We have a nice rounded bottom here. This is a nice heads and shoulders. This is a type 5 accumulation. So this right here is enough for me to say that we could see gold go higher. The only thing is we need to see this right here. We need to see the market reaccumulate. If this market here just goes ahead and invalidates all of this price action, let's say we just get a strong sell to the downside and we're not rejecting off of these imbalances, we're most likely going to come for these lows right here, potentially to mitigate this whole area, and then we'll get a push. All right. But hopefully we don't do all that. We just come here and then we just go higher. That's what I could potentially see. All right, for any of those that's trading gold, remember 3,500 and then 4,000 is going to be your next optimal target. Okay. GJ, and let me see what you said. Do you personally think Asian session is tradable with the liquidity logic? I wouldn't trade Asian session. That's just me personally. Most of the time, I'm not going to say every single time, but majority of the time, you're going to see Asian session highs or Asian session lows taken out. It's literally just how the market goes, right? London session will usually, not always, but will most of the time manipulate Asian lows. Okay, so I would not advise to trade Asian session like that. I have students that literally feed off Asian session manipulation. Some of them are probably in this chat right now. So I do not want you to be their liquidity. So I would stay away from trading Asian session. Now, if you're going to trade Asian session, I would say you trade the beginning of Asian session, not the end of Asian session. Like, get out before London session, basically, because most of the time we will manipulate. That's just how the market moves. GJ, we're still inside this demand zone, looking nice. I just need a breakout. I need a breakout from GJ. Once we get that breakout, I will start looking for those aggressive buys. But right now, we're just kind of just sitting here. It's the same thing with UJ. We're just kind of sitting here. CAJ, same thing. Either we're going to invalidate this low. As soon as we invalidate this low, I will be looking for shorts toward the downside if we invalidate that low. If we do not invalidate that low and we continue pushing higher, once we break past this high now, because this is a new high for the break of structure, once we break past that high, actually, I might have that wrong. It's actually this high. Once we break past that high, I will start looking for aggressive trades to the upside because order flow is still bullish, right? But we're such in an extreme right now. The market literally has no breathing room. It's either we go higher or we break this low. Either way, if we do break this low, I will be looking for shorts to target that liquidity right here and this imbalance down here as well. So either way it goes, we're going to see what happens. I'm going to send an alert here just so I can be on top of this one as well. Invalidated order flow. Chef J, we got to change a character. Pretty nice. Let's see here. 4-hour sweep. Nice push. There's our demand zone. I'll be looking for rejections here on Chef J. The reason why I'm not 100% confident in Chef J right now is we're still kind of just in the middle here. I like the accumulations. I like these moves. I like the mitigation, so it's upside. I like this accumulation. I think, hold on, guys. We might have some news going on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. 1 second. We have to look at this one. Crazy movement. What time is it? 10? Check out Forex Factory. Let's see. What is going on today? Nothing. Indices are crazy, man. Nothing is going on. All right. Let's see. We might have to take 2 trades today. This market is going to make me go break even really fast. All right, let me follow my rules. Let's go break even. I didn't really want to go break even up here just yet, but rules over everything. Rules over everything. Five-minute here. We have another 5-minute gap right here. I'll cover this gap here. Yeah, I won't go fully break even, but I'll cover that gap. I don't think we're coming back. That's the problem. I don't think we're coming back, guys. So I really don't want to get stopped out of this and the market takes off. While that's doing its thing, I'll keep that on the other screen. Where were we at? We were at Chef J. So yeah, for Chef J, I like this accumulation here. So when the market just comes down here and we get this reaction, I'll look for lower time frame entries to take this higher. Not being too aggressive on Chef J at the moment. ACAD, I love ACAD as a pair, but I don't like the price action currently. Like I said, ACAD and AU are literally like the same thing. Just it's CAD and then it's it's the US, right? Basically the same price action as you can see here. Now AU has a lot more range in it, but ACAD is also in the same range. I am looking for shorts. I'm waiting for this market to either give me a bearish setup towards the downside or for us to just give this change of character so I can start being aggressive, right? It's either one or the other, but I am looking for shorts on ACAD. GCAD, I'm looking for buys on GCAD. Remember I told you guys I was not going to take a buy from this area. Even though I do see we are respecting the imbalance, that's great. Liquidity is there. We're not going to get liquidated. All right. We do not want to be liquidated here. But I do like today's price action here where we just manipulated another Asian lows. And so the guy that was asking me about Asian session, just look at this, guys. We're manipulating Asian lows, manipulating Asian lows. Like, this is literally what I look for. I don't want you to be part of that manipulation. All right, I'm telling you. I have guys in the Discord that's literally praying and waiting for these manipulations. Right? They feed off of these. Okay, so don't do it. Just don't do it. Just stay away from Asian session. I'd rather you just wait for like another couple hours and trade London session instead. But I like this manipulation of Asian lows here. So as soon as we go higher, break this high, I will take my entry from that manipulation and we will take this higher. Okay. And eChef, this market, it's in a range, guys. I am not looking for anything until we break out. Okay, it's in the red right now for a reason. Until we just break these lows or break these highs. Trust me, I've tried to take trades inside of here and I've gotten stopped out like 2 times. As soon as I get stopped out 2 times, going into like I got stopped out on a sell, I got stopped out on a buy. I'm not taking any more trades until we break out of this range. Okay, so yeah, that's eChef. But yeah, guys, pretty much that is simply the main things. Like I said, EU and GU is what I'm looking for. You can see GU is still going higher. As soon as we break this high, I'm going to just look for the next buy. All right, we're just going to keep climbing this towards the upside. Now, I do like this area still because we do have inducement down here. So that does kind of confirm an extra confluence for me. Okay, so depending on how we break this high, hopefully it's aggressive. Right now, I'm not seeing the imbalance here on the 4-hour, and the 1-hour better create an imbalance or it's out of luck. All right, but we kind of see it here. So the aggressive move is not here yet. So what do I mean? If this market just lollygags its way up here like this, or like you see right now, it's creating this move. That's great. If we continue this aggressive push to the upside, great, right? We'll take the buy from this area. But if we go higher and then we come back and then we go higher, come back, and we don't leave that gap, and the gap is basically like this, right? We don't leave the gap like here, and we don't leave a gap like this, right? You see those gaps? If we don't leave that, I'm not taking a buy from here. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the market to break this high, come back. It's gonna sweep these lows. That's literally one of my setups here with the inducement, and that'll be an A setup trade if we just leave that liquidity like that. All right, so it depends on how we go higher and how we break this high, if we take the trade from here or not, right? EU, however, looks a lot better. All right, I like EU either way because of this distribution here. I like this distribution overall. I just wish we would have came lower and took out Asian lows. We didn't do that, so it's unfortunate. But as soon as we break this high here, I will look for the next buy opportunity because we do have a nice accumulation right here. We have two accumulations, actually. We have an accumulation here. Then we have an accumulation here. And then we have a reaccumulation. So we're seeing buyers are getting into this market. Next thing I need to see is just impulsive movements towards the upside, which we are seeing right now. So as long as this candle just continue doing its thing and we go higher and we close above this high right here, tomorrow I will look for buys. And the reason why I'm being aggressive here on EU is because we have it's just obvious liquidity up here. We've already created a change of character, so now we can be aggressive, right? You only be aggressive after the change of character, after the market confirms your direction. So we have liquidity. So I am going to follow these buys towards the upside to take out all of this liquidity here. All right, so that's why I'm looking for aggressive buys on EU. So we just need to, continue doing our thing. That's it. Just continue doing our thing. Continue moving higher. Let me put this alert right here so we have this ready. That is terrible spelling. Remember, guys, we're traders. Next buy opportunity. All right. You're in sales. I'm not surprised. Let me see. I'm looking for buys. You're looking for buys on what, Klein? I wasn't looking at the chat. Let me see. You said GJ, you're in sales. Where and why did you get into a sell? I need to see what type of sell did you get into. Did you get into a scalp sell? Are you in like a intraday sell, swing sell? It really depends here. Because I mean, technically we're still in bearish like market cycle. You can see the market is still going lower. We're still going lower. We haven't confirmed this demand zone for me yet, meaning I still need to see the push higher for me to confirm that we're gonna go higher from this. We can still come lower down here into the 71 and the 80. So your sales can still work out, right? Just because this area is a demand zone, I still need the market to confirm this demand zone. We still have not rejected from here and created that break of structure, that change of character that I'm looking for. Once I see that, I will start looking for aggressive buys. At the moment, I'm being cautious because I know that the way this market is going, we can still just trickle our way down and get down here into the 71, into the 80. If you're following your trading plan and you have a nice setup, continue doing it because I'm not looking for buys yet. I do want to buy GJ, but I'm not looking for buys yet. Right? I'm still waiting for us to confirm by breaking this high. So we could definitely go lower. You're in the buy of GCAD. Send me that buy, Klein. Addy right here. This is one of the guys I was talking about. That's literally feeding off of these Asian manipulations. He's I'm pretty sure he just got in on this accumulation right here after the Asian sweep. Yeah, this is a type 4. Type 4 accumulation. We got the terminal shakeout right here. We come back, we mitigate. Looks like we have another accumulation here, and the market is still going higher. We can still go higher off of this. I really do hope we do go higher because that'd just be an easy trade for us to take. So hopefully so. I need NAS to lock in. Need NAS to lock in before I go to US 30. The US 30 is not looking clean today though, unfortunately. ES is not looking too clean either, unfortunately. So only 5-minute imbalance right here. I really wish we could have got a better entry on this here, but market opened up and it spiked towards the upside. Insane. I didn't go fully break even on this, guys. My alert did go off. I didn't go fully break even. I just put my stop loss underneath this gap right here. Right? It's like right here underneath this gap. If we don't respect this 5-minute gap here, I can see us coming all the way down here to this gap down here. And if that's the case, I'm just going to take another entry. I'll just look for the next trade. That is my mindset behind that. Come on, market. I know you want all this liquidity. Look at all these highs. There's no way you guys don't want that. A 15-minute too. Oh, man. Yeah, but NAS is definitely the cleanest one here today out of all of them, honestly. So you're scalping during, you said a buy. Why am I looking for a buy? So you're scalping and I'm intraday trading, right? That should just let you know the difference right there. But higher time frame, 4-hour structure was invalidated. This high you can kind of see, boom, 4-hour time frame got invalidated. That confirms that higher time frame is bullish. Not even that, go down to the 1 hour and you can kind of see we have bullish order flow from this low to this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, right? That is our bullish order flow right there. And you can see this is the last low that invalidated this high. So this whole area here is technically a demand zone. Now, there's two ways you can go about this. So when you draw the fibs here, you get your low to the high. This is your discounted pricing of your swing, right? So that means as the market goes underneath 50%, you should start transitioning into buys. The best time to sell was up here, okay? That was the best time to look for sales as the market was coming down to equilibrium, right? That's when I look for sales. When the market creates a new high and then we get a change of character up here and I start seeing bearish movements, I will look for shorts until we get back to equilibrium because I know the market at least wants to get back there, okay? Once the market gets there, I stop taking those sells. I transition into looking for buys, especially since this is a demand zone. Why is this a demand zone? This is the last push towards the upside that mitigated this area here. This area was pound news. So that's why I have this area as a demand zone. Now, just because it's a demand zone doesn't mean the market just needs to reject off of here. So I didn't set a limit order here. I'm just respecting this area for what it did. So I'm expecting that if the market does want to buy from here, I'm looking for this break of this high. Once we get that, I know that buyers are back into this market. But you can see that we haven't gotten that yet. We haven't broken the high. We haven't broken any highs yet. We broke this high, but we immediately came back, right? That means sellers are still here. So remember, discounted pricing is from 50% all the way down here. So this is a huge area that the market can still play around in. Okay, so that's why I'm saying you can still get your selling opportunities because the market hasn't confirmed that buyers have gotten into this yet. Okay, so until we confirm that buyers are back, I can still see this market just trickling ways down, at least into the 71, into the 80. This is the golden zone, right? This is the sweet spot that I look for the market to come into. Okay, anything past this, it's either make it or break it. All right, so when the market goes past this golden zone here, and it's going down here into this extreme, the probability is very, 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 very low that we make it back unless we just get the best accumulation and we get the best just buying pressure down here. That's the only way. Okay, so usually the market would just come back to the 71 and the 80 and you'll see it start rejecting. All right, that's a nice optimal retracement point, right? That's also from ICT as well, 70. Come on, G. I need you to come lower. I need you to come lower. Anybody have any other pairs that you want me to look at while we're over here chilling? I kind of covered everything that I wanted to look at. Any questions? Because for now, I'm just watching NAS at the moment. It's 30, yes, still looking pretty nice. You took a low risk on GCAB. Why low risk? Is my order break even? Yes and no. So, it's reduced risk. It's right here. My order is right here now. That's where my stop loss is at. And basically, I'm gonna just delete this just really fast. It's just covering this 5-minute imbalance right here. Because I got in it literally right here. So imagine if this market just came lower, tapped into the imbalance, and took off. Not a good day, right? No. All right. So I put my stop loss underneath here. So the market would have to invalidate the entire imbalance. That way, I would expect us to come down here. Or let's say we do just reject from here. I will take my next entry off of this next trade. All right. But I don't want to get stopped out and the market just taps and leaves. All right. I want the market to actually break it and invalidate my idea. But we're not full risk on this anymore. So we are just covered a little bit, not losing that much. So I don't mind it. You said you, Chef, I've been on sale since Monday. Is it a good idea to keep holding? Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. All right, there we go. Let's go to you, Chef. Most definitely. Or bearish here, man. Bearish structure, higher time frame is bearish. We tapped into this 4-hour here. I was looking to see if the market wanted to respect this demand. We just completely fell through it. Now, depending on where you got in at, if you're in good profits, take profits, right? If you're swing trading, okay, that's different. But depending on where you got in at, take partials, take profits. Of course, you're going to see retracements in the market. So I can see us coming back to like at least like right here. to fill this gap before we get another swing to the downside. Okay. Don't be surprised if we do get that pullback. But if we're going down aggressive, I am looking for more sales here. So I am expecting this market to at least raid these highs for us to get another push. And I will be looking for more shorts to the downside. So I am bearish with you. Okay. But take partials if you need to. All right. Don't be stupid. The market will always pull back. Trust me. It always comes back. If you're in profit right now, make sure you're securing that. If you're worried about this gap, just take partials. Make sure you pay yourself something. It's relative to depending on where you got in. If you got in at the tippy top up here, that small retracement is not really going to do anything for you. But if you got in, like you said, you got in since Monday. So like you got in right here and right here, that's about 50% of your profits. So yeah, I would definitely take partials, at least like 25% partials here. And then you could hold the rest and try to stack into your orders. Bitcoin new high, probably today. Probably today. Ethereum looking good too. Solana's looking all right. Man, today's going to be a crazy day on Twitter. If Bitcoin hits this high, my feed is going to be insane. No problem. Yeah, definitely just pay yourself a little bit. Reward yourself for that nice trade, man. Yeah, crypto Twitter is going to go crazy today if we hit a new high. So you're going to see all the crypto gurus come out. I told you so. Da 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 da. It's going to be wild. Come on, Nas, don't do this. It's over. Don't do this to me, Nas. Let's just take out the liquidity and then we can come lower. Let's do that instead. I don't know if I explained why I was even looking for buys. If I haven't already, for anyone that just wasn't here, we're bullish, right? We're bullish, just obvious bullish. And so we have our swing low right here. Swing low that mitigated this 1 hour imbalance here. Got that push, breaks the highs. Nice. Now you can see yesterday we came low, we ended up taking that loss here. For those of you that were here yesterday, we were looking for those continuations higher. Did not happen. We ended up taking that loss and we came down and we filled the imbalance anyways that we were looking for the market to come to in the beginning, right? But you see that we filled majority of this area. Now, if I zoom in, this is off of a 30-minute, I believe 30-minute or 15-minute. It is, actually it's a 5-minute imbalance. So yeah, this is basically the last imbalance within this whole push towards the upside. So you can kind of see the market just basically came down and filled the entire price action here. And we got a rejection. earlier this morning, pre-market, we got a rejection and we already swept Asian lows. So not only that, you go down, go to the 30-minute time frame. After we got the rejection, we got a push. You can see this is where market opened. Market opened off of this 30-minute imbalance and just gave a skyrocket price action earlier today, right? We just kind of just impulse towards the upside. As soon as I seen that, I executed the trade. All right. Didn't really have time. The market didn't come lower, right? You can see exactly on that 5-minute candle right here, we exploded. All right. So we kind of just had to get into this trade. And that's basically why we're looking for longs today. Just trying to follow this order flow towards the upside and trying to see if we can get that next push. We have nice liquidity at these highs, so it's a pretty good setup. We just have to see if the market actually wants to give us that move. I actually don't like the fact how we opened super aggressive. I would have loved to take the entry out of this imbalance, right? That would have been like the most optimal trade. But the way the market is, the way the market opened, it didn't seem like we're going to come back. If we do end up coming back down here, I will take a trade here, but we'll see what happens. And then XPX is not as clean. US30 is not as clean, right? We didn't get that same price action. You can see here on US30, we actually invalidated this low here. And then on ES, we're in a demand zone, but it's just not the same. You guys can see the price action is just not the same, right? NAS is obviously the cleanest one out of all of them. And let me actually market these opens here. I just need like a god candle towards the upside. Just one more swing towards the upside. And then that'll be our day trade for the day. That way, whether EU wants to come down, whether EUG wants to come down doesn't even matter. We'll be satisfied for the day. Plus, these are limit orders, guys, so I don't edit these limit orders. They just stay on. Whenever they activate, they activate. All right. That's what I like about trading pairs this way, because I don't really have to look at these 24/7. All right. So I don't really have to be constant on the charts. I just set the limit order and I just go about my day. Sometimes they'll activate during London sessions. Sometimes they'll activate during Asian session. It doesn't matter when they activate because the area is a confirmed area. So if the market does not respect this area, then it just doesn't respect the area. It's a valid demand zone. I've already tested and proven these areas. So, yeah, you just let the market do the rest. Yeah. Trust me, Nas, me and Nas has history too. Trust me. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Nas definitely has history. Before, well, I didn't always trade indices. So, before I started trading indices like this, I did have like a lot of bad results with Nas. I would say Nas personally, just Nas personally. US30 has always been good to me. I've always liked US30, and I honestly I favor this more out of the rest. It's the one that I take the most trades out of. But when it's not clean, I kind of just have to pivot to the other ones. But yeah, me and Nas definitely has some good history too. Definitely, I will say that. But why did you blow accounts with them? What were you doing that you were blowing your accounts? Was it risk management? Was it like, do you think it was a strategy that wasn't working? What do you think was the reason? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the way that I realized where I messed up on indices is I was trying to trade these indices like I trade Forex pairs, and they're completely different assets. All right, they're completely different assets, right? So I had to change the way that I trade. So like basically, as I always say, I had to split myself into two traders. I had to split myself into a day trader into like an intraday trader. So when I'm looking at Forex and I'm looking at indices, I'm looking at this, it's two completely different people. All right, I'm not looking at these and analyzing these the same way that I'm analyzing the Forex pairs, right? Forex pairs are more, I'm looking for more structure, more like demand zones, just more like, I would say, foundation. When it comes to NAS and it comes to US 30, I'm looking for more momentum. All right, I'm trading more momentum than I am trading like structure in like, foundation. I say that was like the main key difference because these just move based off momentum. So that's kind of just what I realized, and that's what I had to adjust to. Yeah, no, everyone trades NAS and US 30 these days. I think you should just keep building your account with the Forex pairs, right? If you were building nice accounts, yeah, if you're building your accounts with Forex pairs, just keep building your accounts and increase your risk, right? So let's say you have $1,000 account and you build it to like $3,000. If you're risking like $100 per trade, now risk like $200 or $300 per trade, right? Just increase your risk like just over time as your balance gets higher, but stick to the same asset that you were doing it with, right? I think that's a big issue that a lot of people have. They'll build their accounts with like a Forex pair, and Forex pairs are usually slower. They take more time. The markets move a lot slower on the Forex pairs. So that time that you went through to build that account, you built an account right. Now you're thinking, okay, I have a nice size account. Let me go into like indices and try to like build it faster. No, just increase your risk and your account will grow faster, right? The concept or whatever the strategy you're using was working on those pairs. So just keep trading that same concept, but increase the risk because you have more leverage since your account is bigger. Never change the strategy, change the risk, right? Increase your risk. And that's what I had to come to, especially with indices too, because when I was trading indices in the beginning, I was trying to target like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, just trying to target crazy targets. But now I'm only targeting 1 to 2. So now, if I can get a consistent 1 to 2, right? In the past, I've taken 6 trades. I've won 5 out of those. Yeah, I've taken 6 trades. I've won 5 out of those trades. So 5 to 1, right? That's 10%. 5 trades wins. That's 10% minus 1. So that's 9%. All right. 9% on $100,000 account is $9,000. So imagine 9% on a $200 account. I mean, a 200K account or a 300K account, right? So in that case, it's not really trying to make more out of this. So instead of trying to go for a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, I can keep going for my 1 to 2s, but just keep increasing my balance, right? Just keep increasing what I can leverage because I have bigger accounts. So I can make more money. So instead of trying to change the foundation and the strategy, just increase your account, increase your account size, increase your balance. What's up, Just Flow? What's going on, man? Long time no see, brother. Ah. Yeah, the pressure is probably high for you because you you're watching UCAD. What you looking for in UCAD? The pressure is high because you're probably thinking about it in a monetary way. Think about it in percentages, right? Think about it in percentages. 9% sounds better to the brain than $9,000. Okay, you're gonna be more scared to risk $9,000. Or let's say if I'm risking 1% on a 100K account, that's $1,000, right? Right. Instead of saying I'm risking $1,000 on this account, you're thinking about the money. You're thinking, wow, $1,000 is a lot of money. I could do this with $1,000. I can do that. But when you just say you're risking 1%, you're not thinking about that, right? It's the psychology behind it. You're not thinking about the monetary value behind 1% because 1% can mean anything. Okay. That's something I learned very early on, right? When it comes to trading, stop looking at the monetary value. Look at the percentages. Makes it a lot less stressful. Because once you get to the point where you're risking like $5,000 per trade, $10,000 per trade, right? It once you get to that point, it's like that is a lot of money. But when you're looking at it as percentages, it kind of just brings you back down to earth, right? It just keeps you at that humble state of mind. It just keeps you at that mindset where it's like, okay, this is just a percentage of this account. Okay. So always make sure you're just looking at the percentages. You're looking for shorts on UCAD? You said you had a great week till today. What happened? What happened, bro? I thought you were in GU. GU is still going nicely. Yeah, I seen you sent that I seen you sent that trade earlier where you were in GU and in EU, right? We're still going nicely, bro. Swept Asian lows, still going good. Or maybe did I misinterpret that? Oh, okay. You're doing good. Okay. Four trades. Okay. I thought you meant you were doing good up until today. Like today was the day that just kind of ruined everything. I'm not gonna lie to you, has been moving slow. Just so I'm not gonna lie to you, it has. I was looking for a trade down here. We didn't get into that. So tomorrow, if we break this high, I'm gonna take my next trade somewhere over here. Hopefully we don't break this high, and during Asian session we can kind of just trickle our way down. And hopefully tomorrow London will give me a manipulation. This is like the perfect scenario, right? I'm just trying to go ahead and manifest it right now so we can actually get into this trade. But I would say not even just GU, Forex pairs in general. Up until today, I would say up until like yesterday night till today, we actually are starting to see nice movements now. About time. AU is kind of stuck. I know you like AU. AU is stuck for me right now. I definitely see us going higher, but I need us to get out of here. I don't like this. What other trades are you in? I know you're in EU. I know you're in GU. What's the other two that you get into? You took four trades today, or you took four trades in total today? Well, you took four trades like in total until today. might have to become a night owl and get into these London session trades with you guys. One day I'll just stay up. Maybe for like 1 week. I'll stay up and only trade London session. Need indices to lock in. What is this? What happened? What happened to the momentum? Why are we slowing down? You guys definitely do have the best times. I'm not gonna lie. You guys can trade both sessions. The best two sessions, you guys are literally London and New York. I'm definitely thinking about like moving out of the US into like somewhere where I can do that as well. It's definitely something I've thought about. Trust me. Okay, so you've already out of both trades. Is there a reason why you got out both trades? Specific reason? Just not seeing that right here. Let me see. Yeah, so for that guy earlier that was asking about Asian session, so you see how instead of trying to trade the Asian session, just wait for London session, right? Wait for the sweep. Wait for the sweep. It's literally what I was talking about earlier. Just wait for the sweep, right? After Asian session closes out, wait to see what London does. But yeah, why'd you get out early? Well, what was the reason for that? Because I definitely can see us going higher. Probably just hit the target for your day, maybe. Most definitely, brother. Most definitely. Most definitely. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram so we can stay in contact. Is anybody looking at anything different, like any different pairs that I should be looking at? Y'all see something, if somebody sees a nice setup on something, please let me know. Or I haven't taken any trades this week on Forex at all. Honestly, I've just been sitting here waiting. Market's been leaving me, leaving my areas. It's sad. But indices has been making up for that though. That's why I like that dynamic. If I don't get something on Forex, I can just go to like the NAS or ES and get something. But Forex is my heart. This is where I started. So yeah, I do. I do. And it's you're just searching up. It's basically you'll see me on there. That's the handle right there. Just type it's just the Snipes official. Yeah, reach out to me on there so I can save your info. We can chop it up some more. Let's see. I'm just gonna start searching up random stuff and seeing if I see anything here that we could potentially add. There's a pair that I haven't looked at in like years. I think it's GA. It's definitely GA. Is it this one? It's not on this one. It's okay. There it is. Invalidated this low. So man, let's see. Liquidity underneath. Manipulation up here. Liquidity holding. Order flow is still bullish. Have a nice sweep of these highs today. It's nice. There goes that Asian high manipulation. I'm telling you, if you're trading London session, this is it right here. Asian session manipulation. There's the break of the low. Entry comes off of this. And you target this low right here. Take profit. I'm telling you, it's every time. But for GA, I could definitely see us coming lower. Taking out these lows right here. And overall, coming back into this 4-hour leg. Somewhere down here on the 70. Just sweeping the rest of these lows here. I'd be like a long-term thing here. It's crazy. As soon as I go to GA, you ask for buys, man. Where are you gonna take buys from? That's my question. All right, that's my question for you. Where do you want to take buys from? Because right now, as of today, we're going lower. So the only way that I can see this market going higher is, so this imbalance right here. This is your best bet. This 1 hour imbalance right here. Because earlier this morning, you see what we're doing here? We're swooping Asian highs. We got a manipulation. We got the push lower. The market comes back. It mitigates this whole area, and now we're pushing lower, right? So I'm expecting the market to target this imbalance, right? That's going to be a safe target for anyone that's taking shorts. Now, this is going to be your area where it's like, if the market does not respect this gap here, and understand order flow is technically still bullish. So from this low to this high here, that kind of, averages around the 50%. We've already tapped into it. So if the market goes lower, and let's say we break through here, I see a slight chance for this market to actually recover and make it back here. Reason why is not because of this, but just because of this area here, right? Just because of this price action here that struggled so much at this point, right? It got to the point where the market broke to the downside and we invalidated this bullish structure going towards the upside, right? And we have nice liquidity down here. So I would say higher probability is to look for shorts. I would definitely be cautious taking shorts inside of here. I would honestly wait for the market to break outside of this imbalance for it to invalidate this. Once it does that, then you look for your shorting opportunities. You take it lower. On the contrary, if you see the market reject from here and you're seeing impulses toward the upside, however, that's when you start looking for your buying opportunities. All right, so it's really going to depend on this area right now. So that's what I would do. I would wait until we get inside of here. If you're seeing your setup, if you see a buy opportunity, take it, right? That's going to be your best buy opportunity. If it invalidates that buy opportunity, you know to be aggressive and take shorts. All right. That's one of the things that I like doing, especially with these areas, is if you have an area that's like, let's say you have an accumulation, guys. If you have an accumulation that gives you like a break of structure, all right, always just take the accumulation, because it's either the market is going to reject here and continue going higher. If the market breaks this accumulation, that is an easy selling opportunity. Why? Because the market tried to go higher and they failed. I mean, sellers got into the market. This is an easy sell to the downside. All right. So it's like risk taking this loss for a better future. Okay. Because if you do lose here, take the sell. And if your risk management is correct, let's say you're risking 1% to make 3%, you lose 1%, you make 3% off of the sell, you're still in profit 2%. I think we're finally getting the movements here that we've been looking for. About time. Couple more points. You guys see how this market never came back for this 5-minute imbalance here? Imagine how many times I've went through this where the market has left me. Trust me. This is why I take the aggressive entries when I see them, because I've gotten countless times where I know where the market is going in the directional bias. I'm waiting for the market to get back into my area. Just doesn't come back, right? This was the problem that I was having with indices so much that I realized I just had to get in. Once I have my directional bias and the market is pushing towards that direction, I just get it. As long as I see the imbalance, that's all I need to see, right? If the market comes into an imbalance, great, we get a better entry. But if I see the directional bias is following with the momentum, just get in. Just get in. Look at ES. ES actually gave the better trade today too. That's crazy. That's funny. Well, here's another setup. So just in case, even if I didn't take NAS today, ES gave the setup too. So I think US 30 was just the ugliest one out of today. But NAS and ES gave pretty nice setups. I took NAS over ES because ES is just mitigating a demand zone, and NAS is mitigating a demand zone, which is down here. It's filling imbalance, and we already manipulated Asian lows, and we're filling more imbalance, right? So it was just a lot more confluences today on NAS. That's why I chose NAS over ES today, right? And since I'm already in a trade on NAS, I don't have to go and take ES too. Right? I'm already in a trade. I'll just be risking double for no reason. They all move in the same direction. It's just the price action is different. Said look in Discord. What'd you send in Discord, brother? Ah, you got it. You got into which one? You got into the I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Nice. Why? So why'd you choose US 30? What was your reasoning for choosing US 30? Because I'm not gonna lie, I would have chosen XPX. The only reason I didn't look at US 30 today was because we invalidated the demand, right? So as soon as I seen us invalidate demand here on US 30, I kind of just ruled it out for today. Now, if we go higher, that's great. Most likely, guys, if NAS is going higher, ES is going higher, most of the time you're gonna see US 30 follow along. Okay. But that's just I didn't choose it because of the confluence that it just didn't give that. But XPX, see here, it mitigated the demand zone. It didn't invalidate it, and it still gave the same. But it was a good entry. I like the entry that you took here. Let me just boom right here. It was good. We swept the lows. We waited for the push. We got the imbalance right here. Great execution. So either way, it was a good trade. Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. You took the sweep. Okay, 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 okay. I see, I see, I see. Yeah, they all move in the same direction. Now, NAS and ES correlate a lot heavier, right? So when I'm looking for like divergence and like SMT divergence, I always do it between NAS and ES. I personally, I always go break even when I'm at a 1-to-1. Okay, no matter what. Nah, you're good. I always go break even for at a 1-to-1. All right, so I don't know if you want to use that rule of thumb because I'm only targeting a 1-to-2. So at a 1-to-1, I just go break even. All right, just in case the market wants to turn around and just do something. You just never know with these indices. You just never know. Now I'm gonna go full break even on here. I wasn't full break even earlier, but now we're full break even. Let's move that. Now I just need all these highs to be taken out, and that will be trade for today. GU is still struggling. Let me see here. Depending on where you got in, let me see. Yeah, I think you got in. Yeah, I would probably put my stop right here, bro. And I'm not sure what your risk is and how much you're targeting, but you could easily just target these highs for the day. Because it looks like you got a way smaller entry. So your risk to reward is probably going to be a lot bigger. So to be honest, these highs probably would give you a nice trade here. Yeah, I was talking about crypto earlier. We're at 109. As soon as I open Twitter later today, I'm gonna see it. Right? My Twitter feed is just gonna be spammed with Bitcoin. I know it. Let's go to Coin Market Cap. I want to see what else is moving. XRP. Ethereum is still kind of just doing its own thing. It seems like in this run, Bitcoin has really just been the biggest mover here that I've been seeing. Solana's going to hit the all-time highs again at 250. You said use the shift. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I know. It kind of bothers me sometimes too. Appreciate that, man. Because sometimes I'll use like the control, but I know the shift just automatically does it. Well, there goes the new all-time highs. Avalanche. I think most of the money right now is definitely in Bitcoin. Avalanche is a good investment. I'm hearing some big things about Cardano too, so I definitely look into them, especially with like AI and everything. I'm not gonna, aside from like Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche, and let's see. Near is good. BitSensor is good. TOA. Aside from these, I don't really like heavily invest into like the bigger coins. I'm really like inside of like the smaller coins. I'm looking for the multiple X's. I'm looking for the bigger gains. Because to be honest, you get into Solana here. I mean, it's for like a long-term investment. You get into Solana here at 172. All-time highs is about like 250, almost like what? 280 something? Is it 280, 250? I think it's 250, right? All-time highs is there. The multiple there, unless you've been in Solana since down here, the multiples is not really that crazy. So if I'm going to, invest, and especially if you have the money to invest and you're trying to, flip your money, I definitely look into like the smaller coins of these. So go to my list right here. Let's go to my watch list. Like I'm looking into these coins. I'm looking into these coins that's like they're on the same agenda as the bigger coins, or they're in the ecosystems as the bigger coins, but they're going to give you a lot more profit. So once Bitcoin goes higher and it stabilizes, a lot of money is going to rotate into other coins because people are going to try to catch the next big thing, right? If you're already invested into the ecosystems of those bigger coins, people are going to try to invest into the smaller coins, into those ecosystems. So if you're already in it and people are trying to chase the FOMO of Bitcoin going higher, you can get some nice profits instead of, just sitting your money in Bitcoin. And of course, it's going to be the safer play. So if you're going to put a lot of money, definitely put it into Bitcoin. But if you don't have a lot of money, putting like a little bit of money into Bitcoin, you're not really getting anywhere. Just saying. All right. So unless you're putting like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in there, it's really like you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? It would be better for you to invest into the ecosystems and get into just other cryptos here that are going to follow that same movement because of Bitcoin hype. All right. And just basically all of these coins right here is all that I'm looking at. All right. AL's really good. I'm already into this one. Destra, already in. Echelon Prime, AI is definitely what you want to look into. AI, just in general, AI. Any AI coin that you can get your hands on that are at good prices. Let's just go back. I don't have it on here. AI. Boom. All of my coins are on MetaMask and Trust Wallet. But AI, right? AI is definitely going to be where like majority of the money is going to go. All right, AI is the biggest hype. Nvidia is doing a lot of things right now. So just look into AI. AI is going to be the biggest mover. Okay. But yeah, new all-time highs on Bitcoin. It's nice to see. Since the whole journey from all the way down here at 20K. It's amazing to see. And we just hit take profit here on NAS. Yeah. Liquidity swept, take profit hit. There we go. Be careful on that trade, bro. Like I said, US 30 is definitely the lagger today. It's not moving as aggressive as everything else. So make sure you are being, cautious on that. Make sure you're break even. Make sure you're maybe, I don't know how much you're targeting, but maybe take partials, do what you need to do. ES and NAS are definitely the heavy movers of today. Okay. But yeah, that was the trade that we took on NAS today. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And it's also already 11. When did it get this late? When did it get this late? It doesn't feel like we've been here for this long. Let's see. EU, GU finally moving higher. Tomorrow, we'll be live again tomorrow. So if this market goes higher tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. Well, later today inside the Discord, I'll let you guys know if I just move my entry to up here or somewhere up here. Depends on how this market moves. We're moving nicely. So this 4-hour candle right here, if we continue this 4-hour aggressive candle towards the upside, then I'll potentially look for the next entry to be over here. If it's slow and it's not moving, then we're just not going to do anything. We're just going to leave our trade right there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll wait. We'll let the market breathe and give it time. I'm going to set an alert here. I'm surprised I don't even have the alert right there. You guys hear those notifications? That's the crypto chats going crazy. Let's go to next buy opportunity. Can never spell that. I'll trade the retracement too. It just we need a change of character. So I traded the retracement on EU, like this retracement back lower. I traded this retracement lower here after we got the change of character, right? So as the market is going higher, let's say we're in structure, it's going higher, boom. And let's say you're going into this structure right here. Structure is going higher, structure is going higher. As the market is going higher, I will continue following the continuation until we invalidate a demand zone. As soon as we invalidate demand zone, that's when we get our fibs, we draw our fibs, and I will take sales. I will take sales until we get into discounted pricing. Once we get into discounted pricing, I stop looking for sales and I switch back to looking for buys. right? But since it's a retracement, I need to see the change of character. We can't be aggressive, right? We can't be aggressive because we're going against the trend and we're trading counter trend. So I need to see the invalidation. I need to see the change of character. That's the only rule when you're trading retracements. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Give you guys like a couple more minutes. I'll give you like a minute or two. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the day. We hit our take profit today on NAS, so I'm happy for the day. We got a trade, we got a win for today. I still want to take some trades on these Forex pairs. So I'm just kind of just waiting for my setups here on these pairs. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have no more questions, I will see you guys tomorrow on the live. Or if you do have any questions, just reach out to me in Discord or on Instagram. All right. Thank you guys for joining in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Any of you that took this trade today, hopefully some of you guys took this trade and you got a nice take profit for the day on NAS, right? So, or on any of these today. Hopefully you guys got something. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in here. I'm gonna end the call. If you have any more questions, reach out to me on Instagram or reach out to me on the Discord. I'll see you guys.